Greetings, Kathy and Mikal here from FY Couples. We thought we will have a quick chat today about Christmas because it's just around the corner. And we know from our own experience and from a lot of other people's experiences that Christmas can be a quite stressful time for couples, and particularly also if there's children in the mix. So we thought we would share with you some of our experiences and some solutions that we have played with over the years.
Oh, fantastic. So I think what we realized very early on was, coming from different backgrounds, and particularly for us, we were in different cultural backgrounds, that there was difference in expectations and how Christmas should look. In the beginning, I very much hung on to what I'd grown up with, and dear Mikal tried to go along with that, not always graciously, but he did.
Thanks.
And until I had a bit of an epiphany.
Which was?
Sitting down Hawke's Bay in about 30 degrees lunch, my mother was there and she'd cooked us roast pork, and it was just ridiculous, I decided.
And that's a tradition here, isn't it?
Very much the tradition here, having a hot roast meal in the middle of the day on Christmas Day. And that was when I myself said, never again, I'm not doing that. And I think you were probably pretty relieved about that.
I was indeed. That's part of that ridiculousness. I think of bringing traditions in from the UK into New Zealand. Because in the UK, it would make sense to have a hot roast on a cold. And I'm from Denmark, so we will have that same. But out here in New Zealand, it just doesn't work very well. So we changed that.
We did change that.
And another thing, again, because of our cultural differences, for me from Denmark, we actually celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. That's the main day. And then the first and second Christmas day is about moving around to all the different parts of the families that missed out. Where here, the main celebration is on Christmas Day.
Yes.
So what did we end up doing?
Well, we decided to bring in a bit of both.
More eating, more partying.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So Christmas Eve, we created our own tradition that acknowledged the Danish heritage, which was very special, by having a shared dinner created by the family. So every member of the family, right from when the children were very young, made or requested their favorite dish. So in the beginning, we had things like mince pies, hot mince pies, and macaroni cheese, and pasta created by the children. But as the years went on, that became more sophisticated, and to the point, actually, we're celebrating Christmas again with our daughter, and she said, so we'll be doing Christmas Eve, won't we, Mum? So it really felt like that has become a very embedded tradition in our family. So that was our Christmas Eve, and we did one present, I think, as part of it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
so from a relationship point of view, because that's kind of mainly what this is about. Again, in our experience, from our own experience and other couples that we know, that is very easy because of a lot of stress around Christmas for other reasons. And then different opinions of what Christmas should be like can cause tension in the relationship. And what we found, the main solution to that is, like with most of the problems in relationships, with communication.
Yes.
So when we started really talking about what is that Christmas is about, so that would be our invitation to you. If there's any challenges that you have, whether there's children in the mix or not, around Christmas, is to actually set some time aside, like book some time in to sit down and just share with each other, what are your expectations and what is it that you would like to experience and to do over Christmas as a couple? Because we did that not the first couple of years, but somewhere along the way we did that, and it made a big difference. So
yeah, absolutely. And to acknowledge that it is your space to make it as you want to. create that freedom to create it as you want. And that made a huge difference for us once we got to that point of really, how do we want this for our family and for us as well? So that helped eliminate the stress and tension between us, because suddenly we were on the same page creating our own traditions, which was really magical.
Yeah.
So bottom line, communicate, communicate,
Communicate,
and communicate.
and then make a decision.
And make
Because quite likely you're not both gonna get it exactly the way you want. Just like with most other things in relationships. So most likely some compromising is needed. But the more you communicate about that and you're clear on what some of those compromises are, they are less likely to negatively interfere with your experience. And as Kathy said, she used the word create. So there are no, like in life, there are no rules of what Christmas should be like. There might be some rules for you, depending on your background or your religious beliefs, but in life in general, there are no rules of what Christmas should be like. And therefore, you're kind of free to make it what you really want it to be.
And keep revisiting. So that it's an ever evolving and changing as the children grow older, or as your relationship gets deeper. Maybe. So I think that's really important too, to keep revisiting, and that it can be an ever evolving thing as things move along. So
because we do change, and we do also change the things that we value and the things we want to experience as we get older as individuals, but also as we get older as a couple.
Absolutely.
So keep talking.
Keep talking.
And make the best out of this Christmas that you possibly can. That is my wish to you.
And mine too.
And yours too. See, we are so in sync.
Wishing you a wonderful Christmas. Lots of love.